Hey folks, Valentin the Mad here, and today we'll be looking at what can be seen response-wise in the new trailers of Killing Floor 3. So, game announcement and trailer season is very much upon us, as you've probably seen, and there's a whole bunch of very cool ones that came out in the last couple of days. I'll be making probably videos on 3 or 4 games, like this one, and we're beginning with Killing Floor 3, which I personally am very excited about. We have the gameplay trailer, we have a behind the scenes kind of trailer with more additional footage, and there are a whole bunch of things I want to discuss, so let's get right into it. So here we have a brief clip of a takedown and some blowing of heads, and there are a few details here straight away. The takedown is a throat slash and a shoving the knife into the head, and you will see blood on the throat and on the head. On this one, seems like it is just blood, I'm not seeing any wound there. But the shooting bit will have some chunky results. As you can see, the head doesn't come off entirely, as you had in KF2. If you remember, literally every finishing hit on the head, at least by a firearm, I wasn't playing melee very much, would make just the entire head come off. Even a small 9mm pistol would make it explode. You would only have an X stump, and they are mentioning it in the behind the scenes trailer. You will have a whole bunch of destroyed head variations. And the more on the chunky results, you can actually see a multi-layer system. They are also mentioning it in that other trailer, and here you can see chunks are taken off around the upper back area and the arm. As you can see in this clip, explosions will both paint characters in blood, and you also have activation of the multi-layer damage. You can see it briefly before the character obliterates. Now in this clip you can see the location of burning, so only the specific bit that was burned, you have it show damage. And they are mentioning it in the other trailer as well. Now in those clips we have a nice look at the blood, and not entirely sure what the looks are going to be like. So as you can see, when he's going from the top, it looks kind of puddly. On the ground though we see more of the KF2-like splatter. Now my thoughts are, the splats are pretty much good for the initial response, for when something just comes off, explodes. The splatter is a good fit, but when you are slaughtering Zeds in masses, the puddle look actually will convey that feel of a mass bloodbath, I think, much better. Now in this clip we actually see an issue. Yes, however, there are issues in here as well, so as you can see he's firing at the flesh pound, a whole bunch of blood is splashed, but there is no staining below the flesh pound. Moving on to the second trailer, and we actually begin with 2 issues. As you can see, the Zed was decapitated, and there is no blood below the head where he lands. It is an issue KF2 had at times as well. Alright, so here we have a clear look at obliteration, and I'm not sure what the blood's gonna be like, because here the road surface seems to be bugged. You can see the traffic arrow thing getting stained, but the road doesn't. But what is very much visible here is the chunks of flesh vanishing as they are still flying away. Which is an issue, because for a satisfying obliteration you gotta have both a crap ton of blood, because, you know, you have a pretty big organic mass exploding entirely, that should leave something that is hard to clean, and you need the chunks too, large ones and smaller bits. I'm not seeing that here at all. Alright, here we have a showcase of the multi-layer on the puking fat guy, and yeah, it is just a fun feature, and they are mentioning that some characters will be able to survive some parts being blown off, which is always awesome. I do want to talk about a small thing here, probably won't happen, but damage to the metal bits on the flesh pound would have made a very big difference. Seeing some spikes break off, seeing a damage painting effect on the metal bits as well, where you hit them, even if there is no effect on the gameplay, no effect on the damage delivered to the players, just seeing those metal bits react, where in most games they are entirely unresponsive, as many of you probably know, it would make KF3 stand out in this regard too. So that is it for this one. Do tell me how you feel about the effects seen here, subscribe if you haven't, there will be a lot more content coming, and if you are from Tripwire watching this video, you guys have an open invitation for an interview on the channel. I'd be happy to hear more about what you have and more on the technical side too. I'll see you all next time.